3D printing has changed the way people approach hardware design, but most printers share a basic limitation. They essentially build objects layer by layer, generally from the bottom up. This new system from UC Berkeley, however, builds them all at once, more or less, by projecting a video through a jar of light-sensitive resin. The device, which its creators call the replicator, is mechanically quite simple. It's hard to explain it better than Berkeley's Hayden Taylor, who led the research. He said, basically, we've got an off-the-shelf video projector, which I literally brought from home, and then you plug it into a laptop and use it to project a series of computed images, while a motor turns a cylinder that has a 3D printed resin inside it. Using light to print isn't new. Many devices out there use lasers or other forms of emitted light to cause materials to harden in desired patterns, but they still do things one thin layer at a time. Researchers did demonstrate a holographic printing method a bit like this using intersecting beams of light, but it's much more complex. In Taylor's device, the object to be recreated is simply scanned in such a way that it can be divided into slices. It's a bit like a CT scanner, which is actually the technology that sparked the team's imagination in the first place. By projecting light into the resin as it revolves, the material for the entire object is resolved more or less at once, or at least over a series of brief revolutions, rather than hundreds or thousands of individual drawing movements. This has a number of benefits besides speed. Objects come out smooth, if a bit crude in this prototype stage, and they have features and cavities that other 3D printers simply struggle to create. The resin can even cure around an existing object. Naturally, different materials and colors can be swapped in, and the uncured resin is totally reusable. It'll be some time before it can be used at scale or at the level of precision traditional printers now achieve, but the advantages are compelling enough that it will almost certainly be pursued in parallel with the other technologies available. The paper describing the new technique was published in the journal Science.